I swam ashore and looked up. My husband had climbed a tree to make a phone call. I called out to him and he panicked, explaining that he was picking coconuts. I turned and looked at the coconuts scattered on the ground but didn't expose his lie. That night, after he fell asleep, I grabbed his phone and checked the call history. At dawn I opened my eyes. He got up to end the trip, and I got up too, only to find my feet bound. He boarded the boat alone. I untied the ropes and walked toward the beach, but he'd already set sail. I turned and walked into the jungle. Everything was under control. I'd tied a rope to the bottom of the boat ahead of time. His boat didn't get far before it capsized. I went into the jungle, split some bamboo, and made a bow and arrow. He returned to the island and confessed his mistake. I ignored him. He stared wide-eyed at the arrow. I drew another one. He turned and ran. I jumped off a tree trunk and let the arrow fly. He slipped and tumbled down the hillside, barely escaping death. I didn't chase him. I went back into the jungle to find food. He snuck up behind me with a wooden stick and attacked. I blacked out. He realized he'd gone too far and came over to check on me, but stepped right into a trap and got suspended in midair. I opened my eyes and slowly got up. He asked if I was okay. I ignored him, picked up the stick, and got ready for payback. Then I heard sounds in the distance. The primitive tribe on the island was hunting. I dropped the stick and ran. He shook the tree to avoid being spotted and hid before the natives caught up. We both barely escaped. I demanded to know who the woman in his phone was. He turned around and immediately slumped over. We'd both been hit by the tribe's tranquilizer darts. They started a sacrifice ritual, preparing to offer us outsiders to the gods. He woke up in a small boat meant for a sea burial. Just as it approached the waterfall, he grabbed a vine, climbed the cliff, and did some weird dance to blend into the ritual site. The chief lit the wood beneath my feet. He charged forward and knocked the chief out with one punch, kicked away the wood around me, and ripped out the massive log I was tied to with everything he had. The natives stared in shock. He hoisted the giant log onto his shoulder, ran toward the cliff, and jumped into the sea. He looked up. The natives were hurling spears down at us. He yanked me underwater, dodging the final attack, and washed off my strange ritual makeup in the process. In the end, we paddled a small boat off the island and made it back to Russia. I looked at the man who saved my life and completely forgave him.